What's going on, guys? Happy New Year's. I am uploading this video as a little special video because it's going to be the last one of the year. Right now I'm rocking my Stony Tony hat. He made this custom for me. I got shoes to match it. Follow him on Instagram at Stony Tony, STONEY_TONEY. The little audio clip that's going to be attached to the end of this is a preview of the book that I'm working on, One Bad Day. It's a horror book told from the point of view of a killer. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you guys have a safe New Year's and a fun New Year's. And I will see you all in 2016 with more life lessons, vlogs, and everything else for you. Quiet kids, freaks, weirdos. Keep being weird, you know. I was brought to a police cruiser, while medics and officers went in and out of the house like they were on rotating belts. A young lady officer, early 20s most likely, noticed me looking out of the back window and walked over to the car. "You should try and rest if you can, sweetie. You don't need to see this stuff," she said, with empathetic eyes and a smile. Her eyes were breathtaking. One of the first pairs of eyes I remember feeling like another world existed in them, and wanting to disappear in them. She slid into the back seat of the cruiser with me, but kept the door open for air and probably some sort of comfort. "What happens now, miss?" I asked her as if she had the answers of the unknown future. She put her arm around me and pulled me closer to her. "I'm not sure, kiddo, but I'm sure you'll work it out. I'm really sorry you're going through this, buddy." Her voice was just as beautiful as her eyes, and her words felt like a warm blanket over me. "Barkman, come on!" Another male officer yelled over to her to come help with something in the house. She looked back at me and smiled before she left me to my loneliness again. After all the chaos and rushing around of the officers at the house, I was brought down to the police station for safekeeping and questioning. I was asked if I saw anyone strange hanging around the house lately, if my parents had gotten into a fight with anyone recently. A lot about my parents or anyone else. Never about how I felt about my parents or what I was doing when I got home that day. At one point I overheard a couple of officers talking about the situation. "How'd the fucking kid get blood all over him then?" one asked. "He fainted when he was standing by his parents and fell right beside the dad, right in the fucking pool of blood. It's goddamn sad, really," another answered. I smiled internally at knowing people didn't suspect me at all. And how would they? I was 8 years old and fairly short at this point. How could I have overpowered my father? I'll summarize for you the details of the next few months of my life. With no parents to care for me, I was sent to live with Aunt Sylvia and her 5 cats. Aunt Sylvia lived about an hour-and-a-half drive from us in one of the small towns with a church on almost every street. She was short, like my mother, but was a bigger lady, her weight being more compact on her frame and giving her many curves for her cats to nuzzle into. The detectives working on my parents' case would stop by and let us being me listening around a corner, know that they hadn't found anything yet. My aunt would always sob and cuddle with her felines after every visit from the detectives. I didn't relish in the thought of any of it. If anything, I was surprised they had kept looking for so long. They stopped coming after about 8 or 9 months, with my aunt constantly consoling me and reassuring me. "Everything will be fine, Bugsy. I'll make sure you're safe." She called me Bugsy since I was born, or at least from when I can remember, and nobody has any idea where it came from. Just a nickname derived from hours of baby talk, I suppose. I was to start school in a few months and should have been thinking about that and new friends, but I couldn't help but examine my world and think of the other side of it all.